Star Wars Episode 9 announces its cast, which includes Carrie Fisher. Well, I guess you could take that fan petition to recast Princess Leia as Meryl Streep and go wipe your ass with it. How's it going, everybody? This is Phil. So, big news. Casting has been announced for Episode 9, and we are barreling our way towards December of 2019. So, again, it says Star Wars Episode 9 announced its cast, which includes Carrie Fisher as Leia Poppins, y'all, and Mark Hamill as Jake Skywalker, and Billy D. Williams, the man Billy D. Williams, who will once again be playing Lando Calrissian, although we all know that he is now Pando Lando, thanks to John Kasdan putting his stamp on Lando and contributing that evolution to the character of the known official Star Wars canon. Thanks, John. Good call on that one. $80 million loss at the box office. High five.
High five!
So this article comes from thevox.com, and the author is Todd Vanderwerf. It's a great name. Way to go, Todd. And let's get started here. Okay, there's Carrie Fisher, who died in 2016. Unfortunately, will appear in the upcoming Star Wars Episode 9. So the article says Carrie Fisher will return to the Star Wars universe one final time in Star Wars Episode 9, the final cash grab. The actress, who died in 2016, apparently shot extra footage for 2015 Star Wars The Force Awakens that will be repurposed as a way to close off her story in the upcoming film, which premieres December 20th, 2019, which can't get here quick enough as far as I'm concerned. Both Force Awakens and the upcoming film feature the directorial work of J.J. Abrams, as opposed to Episode 8, The Last Jedi, which featured the franchise-destroying and character-assassinating work of bubble-headed Rian Johnson. The decision was blessed by Fisher's daughter, the actress Billie Lourd, who also will appear in the film as she did in both The Force Awakens and 2017's The Last Jedi. Well, look, it's good to know Billie gave her blessing. I know Carrie's brother has also been a big proponent of seeing Carrie return for Episode 9. I like Billie Lourd being a part of the Star Wars universe as an on-screen character, with a little bit more to do than just like a cameo background role. It just feels good to know that she's a direct link to Carrie and the original trilogy in a sense. Being her daughter, I like the fact that her role was given more screen time in The Last Jedi. It was Lieutenant Connix, and I'm happy the character was a part of the mutiny led by Poe Dameron against that awful Admiral Holdo character. Really, they should have made Billie Lourd's character, Connix, be the one to go to Canto Bight with Finn, right? I think it should have been Poe Dameron and Finn because of their chemistry from the first movie. I thought it was really good on screen. But look, if you wanted it to be a female character for quote-unquote diversity reasons, that would have been a nice way to promote an already existing character within the story, instead of forcing a character like, Rose, just to fill a quota, Rose Tico. And why not? Look, she's got direct lineage to Carrie Fisher. It would have been nice. I think the fans really would have liked that. And I don't think you would have... Hopefully they would have handled the character differently because she was already established earlier on. So it could have maybe been a better sequence, even though the Canto Bite sequence was ultimately not as necessary as it needed to be. But look, I guess Billie Lourd wasn't POC enough for the story group's liking, so she and her character got passed over. All right, so we desperately loved Carrie. Well, this whole movie smacks of desperation at this point. Finding a truly satisfying conclusion to the Skywalker saga without her eluded us. Yeah, she eluded all right. I mean, she escaped, through the unfortunate passing. Princess Leia, we thought was going to get out unscathed, although, again, Leia Poppins certainly did a number on her, on that character. We were never going to recast or use a CG character. With the support and blessing from her daughter Billie, we have found a way to honor Carrie's legacy and role in Leia in Episode 9 by using unseen footage we shot together in Episode 7, Abrams said in a statement. Well, look, using footage or body doubles or CG and clever camera angles can go a long way in the hands of skilled director and the right people. We'll see what they do with what they have. They found a way to honor Carrie's legacy. Have you also found a way to give Luke Skywalker back his balls? And honor the legacy of that character while Mark Hamill is actually alive and still around to actually deliver a performance? Or is that too much to ask for? As it relates to the flagship character of this franchise. I'm just curious, JJ. Vanity Fair reported in the build-up to Last Jedi that each film of this new trilogy was to destroy and embarrass a legacy character from the original Star Wars trilogy, with The Force Awakens showing Han Solo to be a deadbeat dad and a failure as a husband that ran away from his responsibility and then went back to being a scourge and a smuggler, and then ultimately being unceremoniously run through by his bitch ass, emotionally effed in the head son. The Last Jedi, which honored, strike that, completely assassinated Luke Skywalker by making him a grumpy hermit who ran away from his responsibilities and contemplated killing his nephew while he slept peacefully, never actually showing up to save the day, and then fading off into the wind in a what the F just happened moment at the end of the movie. And then Episode 9, honoring Leia, I have all faith in the world they would have done a fantastic job. Fisher's death complicated that plan. Yeah, you think? Hopefully the Force Awakens footage will allow the filmmakers to do at least a truncated version of mangling and destroying that character, so the big three from the original trilogy can all have their legacies tarnished in the official canon. Although Leia Poppins, like we said, pretty much did all it needed to do at this point. So this is just picking at the carcass. Don't worry, Lando is coming back, so we'll still get a chance to witness one of the classic characters get ruined before it's all said and done. Unfortunately, Mark Hamill will return as Jake Skywalker, as will fellow Star Wars veteran Anthony Daniels, who will have played C-3PO in all 9 episodes of the saga and will have most likely even less to do in this movie, and will be even more insignificant, as well as R2-D2. And then returning to the Star Wars universe for the first time since 1983 is the coolest dude in the galaxy, the one and only, the Billy D. Williams, who will play once again the Lando Calrissian, and that again will be the legacy character next in line for the debasing, disrespected, and most likely meaningless killing off in what probably will be a throwaway death scene. Disney just loves murdering and killing these legacy characters in such unspectacular ways. I mean, it's almost bad comedy at this point. Uh, Honestly, as a way of making amends, Lando needs to survive this movie, right, and reclaim the Millennium Falcon from Rey. It's not hers. I mean, it's Han's. If anything, it's Lando's. It's Chewie's. It should be Chewie's. And since the Falcon comes with Chewie, it appears, let Lando, let Lando and Chewie, let the both of them ride off into the sunset, and out of this saga on a positive note, and live happily ever after, and then maybe like they go open up like a porg and waffle house or something. I don't know. Just let Lando live. All right. That's hashtag let Lando live. That's what I want to see. Okay. Episode 9 will also feature the return of nearly all the new characters from this trilogy. Oh my God. Including Daisy Ridley as the perfect Mary Sue Ray, Adam Driver as emo bitch ass Kylo Ren, John Boyega as Finn, the cowardly stormtrooper, as in finished story arc in the first movie, and relegated to a second-rate buffoon and comedy relief. Oscar Isaac as the potentially cool yet emasculated Poe Dameron. Lupita Nyong'o as older, browner female Yoda. I mean Maz Kanata. Domhnall Gleeson as General Ragdoll Hux, and everyone's favorite Kelly Marie Tran as potato sack wearing, scene stealing, sexually assaulting Rose Tico Taco, and Jonas Suotamo, who has taken over the role of Chewbacca. And I like Chewbacca, so I got nothing on that. It'll also feature Carrie Russell in an as yet unspecified role that we all pretty much have assumed at this point will be Mara Jade. That is, of course, unless Timothy Zahn swoops in and puts the kibosh on that after realizing his character will end up being disgraced and misused much in the same way her husband Luke Skywalker was, and he'll be forced to veto exercise his powers as a creator and veto the destruction of Mara, leaving her character to be to the expanded universe, where Mara Jade can continue to remain intact and celebrated by fans. Look, as far as this all goes up here, with poor Princess Leia and Carrie Fisher, anything to do with the character Princess Leia feels like a distraction at this point. Because of the morbid curiosity of Carrie Fisher's passing, and how they actually realize the character in Episode 9. You use a CG character and it's a distraction. Recast the role and it's a distraction. Repurpose unseen footage and it can be a distraction. I know for me, I'm going to spend more time wondering how the repurposed footage from The Force Awakens would have fit into the context of that movie, than how it's been manipulated for the purposes of Episode 9 and whatever the plot unfolding in front of me for that movie actually is. Outside of explaining away her death in the opening crawl, or the movie opening with a funeral scene, or mentioning her passing, or being killed off as part of a battle we never get to see that took place between films. Everything else is going to feel a little forced, in my opinion, with everything that's been getting crammed into this this Frankenstein monster of a movie at this point. I mean, I guess what's one more body part, sewn into the ghoulish, reanimated corpse the sequel trilogy has become. I mean, I like for all this to somehow work and be blown away, and I guess have my low expectations subverted for a change. But for me, it's just too far gone at this point. I mean, at least that's how it feels to me. I mean, maybe I'll be completely surprised and have to eat crow come December 2019, but I'm certainly not holding my breath. So, I mean, anyway, how do you guys feel about Carrie Fisher footage from The Force Awakens being repurposed? Do you think they should have explained her character away as an off-screen death? Or are you glad to see the real Leia one last time on screen? I mean, her brother and daughter both give their blessings. So, I mean, there's a part of me that's happy for the people who knew and loved her as a family. I just hope she really is treated with the respect and reverence we all hope and know she deserves. It's just this trilogy has become such a clown show, and a spectacle at this point. It almost feels like the best way to respect the character and the actress is just to not feature her, in the movie at all. So, figure out a way to fix Luke's death, and then give that screen time to that character. Shoot a separate tribute piece as a part of the home release extra, if you want to pay tribute, I guess. I don't know. I mean, what else can we do at this point? Okay, guys. So thanks to all for watching this video, and if you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and feel free to comment down below. And if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to my channel by hitting that subscribe button. It only takes a second. And if you want to see some more videos and want to be alerted to every time I post something new, then just be sure to hit that bell so you won't get notifications unless you do. So it takes nothing to subscribe. And if you want to be bothered by me, then hit the bell button, and then you'll get notifications every time a new video goes up. So I hope everybody is having a great weekend. And until next time, be happy, be safe, be healthy. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.